Hi, my name's Katie Dodd with the Geriatric Dietitian. Today I'll be covering the top 5 reasons you need a geriatric nutritionist. A geriatric nutritionist is a registered dietitian nutritionist who specializes in senior nutrition. A geriatric dietitian isn't just for the older adult. Often it's the family and caregivers of the older adults who can benefit the most from the guidance of a geriatric nutritionist. We support you as you support them. Good nutrition is an important part of aging. As a caregiver, you no doubt want to provide the very best care for the older adult in your life. Providing good nutrition is a vital component of caring for the elderly. So let's dig into it. The top 5 reasons that you need a geriatric nutritionist. Reason number 1. A registered dietitian nutritionist is the nutrition expert. A registered dietitian nutritionist has completed a science-heavy bachelor's degree at an accredited university or college. They've completed a year-long dietetic internship where they get real-life hands-on clinical experience. And finally, they passed a national examination to confirm that they know their stuff. All dietitians have to complete continuing education to maintain their credential because science changes. And starting in 2014, all dietitians will be required to have master's degrees. So the dietitian has gone through rigorous evidence-based training programs. This credential is rooted in science and is committed to protecting the public. It takes a lot of hard work and commitment to call yourself a dietitian. There's a lot of people out there in the nutrition space, but you need to make sure you're going to the very best source. You wouldn't go to a self-proclaimed natural healer if you had to treat aggressive cancer. You go see a doctor, an oncologist. You wouldn't get a cavity filled by a guy driving around in a van. You'd see a dentist. So why would you settle for anything less when it comes to your nutrition? Yes, everyone eats, but nutrition is a science that can lead to healing or harm depending on who is practicing. So reason number 2, the physiology of aging is super complicated. You can see the differences on the outside when someone ages. Hair turns beautiful shades of gray and white. Wrinkles from a life well lived are evident on the face of an older adult. But there's even more going on inside the body that you don't see. Physiology is just a fancy word for how something living normally functions. In other words, the physiology of aging tells us what we can generally expect that will happen inside our bodies as we age. So, first off, let's look inside the GI tract. So that is really the path of food through our bodies from the time we eat it to the time it goes out. So just part of normal aging, we see more dry mouth, problems with chewing, problems with swallowing, difficulty smelling and tasting food. We see more reflux and heartburn, increased gallstones. The pancreas, which is an organ in your body, doesn't work as well, which can lead to more diabetes. Medications might not work as well as they used to. And we also see increased fecal incontinence. So those are just some of the changes going on inside of the GI tract as a part of normal aging. You can likely see areas where a geriatric nutritionist can step in and provide assistance. Now let's look at some other changes. We also see higher risk of wounds. That might be a skin tear or a pressure injury. Decline or loss of vision, hearing loss, decreased ability to breathe well. The kidneys don't work as well as they used to. Decrease in cognition and memory, loss of muscle, joint problems, and weaker and more frail bones. So there's a lot going on with aging, and of course with genetics and lifestyle, every single person will age differently, but these are some of the general themes that we see in normal aging. So you can imagine how things might be a little worse in the frail, sick older adult closer to end of life. So these changes reflect how we approach medicine, nutrition, and health care in general, which again is why you need a geriatric nutritionist. So, reason number 3. Food plays an important role in healthy aging. What is health? Way back in 1948, the World Health Organization defined health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmary. You may have heard this paraphrase as health isn't just the absence of disease, it's complete well-being. So since this time, there's been a lot of debate about this definition, particularly because there's a lot of room for definition, but I'm not really sure how much the exact definition matters. I think your perception of health is entirely up to you. It's your body, your life, and we're all so different. I would say that healthy aging is living the best life you can based on your own set of values and beliefs. For me, a part of being healthy includes doing CrossFit and running, because I love it and it makes me feel good. But you definitely don't have to do those things to be healthy. So every person has their own interpretation of healthy aging, but we do know that food and nutrition play a vital role in healthy aging. Reason number 4, nutrition requirements are different for older adults. Did you know that the actual amount of nutrition you need changes as you age? This is an important reason why you need to see a geriatric nutritionist. They know the ins and outs of nutrition throughout the life cycle. They can identify key nutrients that may be missing in the diet of an older adult. They can also help determine which nutrients may need to be reduced in order to prevent overdose or interactions with other medications. A lot of older adults take supplements, and we know that sometimes too much of a good thing can be a bad thing. The geriatric nutritionist can help figure this all out. Another good example of how nutrition needs are different in the older adult would be with protein. The recommended daily allowance for protein in the older adult is 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram body weight. However, research has shown us that this might not cut it for the older adult. Good scientific evidence suggests that older adults may need between 1 and 1.3 grams per kilogram body weight of protein. So protein is super important for the older adult. Why? Because we know with aging we lose muscle mass. Protein and resistance exercise can help preserve muscle. And we definitely want to make sure that we're protecting muscle in the older adult. So does this just mean we throw a ton of protein at the older adult? No way. This is where the geriatric nutritionist comes in. Older adults with kidney damage may actually need less protein. So giving them too much can actually damage their kidneys. Like I've mentioned before, nutrition is a science, and we need to find the healthy balance for the individual older adult. So, now we're on reason number 5. Frail, sick older adults have more complex needs. It's not always as simple as just providing a healthy, balanced diet. Food and fluids may need to be modified for those with problems chewing and swallowing. Steps may need to be taken to help older adults eat independently. How we approach food at very end of life is completely different. So there are many different considerations for nutrition in the older adult, aside from just the foods that we may provide them. So those are the top reasons you need to see a geriatric nutritionist. If you want to learn more, you could read the blog post that kind of turned into a novel on the Geriatric Dietitian website. Click on the link and subscribe to these videos, and you can look for our website URL below to get more information on why you need to see a geriatric nutritionist. You can find us on our website. You can find us on Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, or sign up for our email list where you get a free copy of the top 10 resources for senior nutrition. Thanks for watching.